we try to complete that within a month. Join that reading club, try to read that book. You may be thinking that's a gotte masare gotte bohi besi laguchi. Prakritare besi nuhi. It's not too much. It's actually less. Suppose there are 200 pages. In a month, you have got 30 days. So if you read 6 or 7 pages, 6 or 7 pages of this size, that's also enough. Whenever you are reading anything, you need to make sure that you mark or you conduct an intensive reading. What is an intensive reading? When you read something seriously with an intention to fully understand. The passage could be anything. In the examination, you will not get enough time to intensively read. In examination, you have to read fast and you have to understand. And there will be a variety of questions. But in intensive reading, at least you enrich your vocabulary. जब भी आप intensive reading करते हो, आप अपनी vocabulary को rich करते हो. और ये काम में आता है. So you need to do and practice that at home with me. I have given a read and comprehension passage to be completed within next 2 days by Sunday. Now, out of that, passage 1 and passage 2, I have discussed with the morning group and I will send it to you so that at your home, you start to read. I will be going for passage 3 onwards and passage 3, 4 and 5, maybe I will discuss with you and the other group will learn from this discussion. So everybody, are you ready with your copy?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Only
Yes.
one is coming.
Yes, we are ready.
Okay, good. So now we have got a passage right now. And as you read this passage, as we all read this passage, we are going to note down also the most important words which are there in this passage. Passages for comprehension could be from anything, from any area. It could be from medicine, economics, polity, science, history, geography, current affairs, world affairs, international relationship. Anything could be set as a question. In exam, we will have to read fast. At home, we will read slow. And we will try to understand it 100%. Let's begin. I want a reader and then I will keep on explaining. So who wants to be the reader for today? Okay, Tapas, start.
Throughout human history, the leading causes of death have been infection and trauma.
Wait. What do you mean by the adjective leading? The adjective leading means major. So the sentence tries to say, throughout human history, the leading causes of death have been infection and trauma. Infection could be bacterial, viral. Trauma means a serious injury, like a head injury or something. Okay. So if it is a head injury, we call it as head trauma, brain trauma. Next, continue.
Modern medicine has scored significant victories against both.
What do you mean by score?
That achievement.
Yeah, that is in cricket. But score here refers to progress, long steps. So modern medicine has taken long steps. Significant. What is significant? Important. Of value.
Prolific.
Okay, prolific could be synonymous. Victories against both. Both means infection and trauma.
And trauma.
Right. And
the major cause of ill health and death are now the chronic degenerative disease.
Can anyone explain here what do you mean by this term, phrase, chronic degenerative disease?
That the disease which is not curable, I think.
Not at all. Chronic
No,
means continuing. Yes, Mamta.
it's like, yeah, you said that the continuing, the same thing continuing.
Continuing for long. That is called chronic. When something happens suddenly and you are alleviated, the pain is over, we call it as an acute disease, acute health condition. For example, my bone is broken. It's an acute pain. After some days, it will be over. But arthritis, it is a chronic pain. It goes on for a very long time. What do you mean by degenerative diseases? Degeneration. Huh?
Sir, acute meaning, sir?
Acute means sudden and intense. Sudden, intense for a short time. So chronic degenerative disease.
So hereditary. Degenerative
No,
hereditary.
No,
no,
not
it's
at all. Hereditary is different. Hereditary diseases are called congenital diseases, which we acquire in genes. Degenerative diseases matlab which bring degeneration or slow destruction in the body. Gradually, it keeps on destroying your body. Such diseases could be coronary artery disease. What do you mean by coronary? Coronary artery is an artery to the heart wall. The heart's wall gets supplied with the help of an artery, blood supply called as coronary artery. So when coronary artery gets blocked due to fat, due to oxidation, it creates CAD or coronary artery disease. After that, it leads to heart attack. Arthritis is, what is arthritis? It is degenerative joints. When the joints pain, maybe knee arthritis, maybe finger arthritis, then it could be osteoporosis. What is osteoporosis? Bones becoming poor or porous. When the bones become weak, the bones degenerate, they are not strong anymore. That's called osteoporosis. So it has given here, it is giving a list of degenerative diseases. Now, you may not be knowing all this, but if you don't know, then probably you are lagging behind because this is not high medical science. It is something which everybody should know. What is Alzheimer's? In Alzheimer's, people have memory loss. They forget where they have kept their key. They forget the address of their house. If it grows, then people may forget their family members. Very painful. They will go into someone else's house and tell where I am, who I am. Macular degeneration. Maculae densae. This is a part of eye, retina. So retina becoming losing. So retina loss means eyesight issues will be there. Cataract. Cataract, जैसे हम कहते हैं मोतियाबिंद. Okay. So it is basically a kind of protein deposition in the eye lens. Akhira lens bhitere jitbade protein deposition he jaye, we have cataract. We have cancer, you know that. So these are certain examples of chronic degenerative diseases, and according to the author, these are today the leading causes of ill health, leading causes of death. Everybody understands up to now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Now, Prachita, continue from there. These have
a long latency period before symptoms
see. Latency periods.
Before symptoms appear and a diagnosis is made. It follows that the majority of apparently healthy people are
Are you understand these two sentences? বুঝিপারছো এই দুইটাকে সেন্টেন্সর মানে কোন?
Yes, sir.
These diseases have a long latency period. What do you mean by latency? Latency means hidden or hideousness. You better write hidden. So the diseases will appear at a very late stage. For example, somebody has diabetes. Does diabetes happen suddenly? No.
No, sir.
The person keeps on taking high sugar, high carbohydrate for a long period, and gradually the pancreas degenerates. So this is called latency period, the period when the disease is hidden before the symptoms appear. What do you mean by symptoms? Symptoms means complaint done by the patient. So when you say moro goda binduchi, hatta binduchi, mo deho kundei huchi, these are complaints. So when you have such manifestation, such rendering of the disease, then you get to know, okay, I have some problem already. So when symptoms appear, remember, patient always talks about symptoms. Doctor looks for signs of the disease. SIGN. तुम्हें कहबो मुंड बिंदुची एमती होची सेमती होची सेमती होची डॉक्टर खोजबे प्रकृत रे तुम्हें जहाटा कहूच सेटा को डिजीज सहित कनेक्टेड अछि कि नहीं. So when symptoms appear, people know, oh, I have a disease, and a diagnosis is made. Diagnosis comes out of the root word diagnose, to find the reason behind a disease. गोटे डिजीज पछरे कारणटा को खोजिबाकू होतुआ जाय diagnosis. It follows that. Follow here means it means that. It's a verb. So from this we can understand it means that majority of apparently healthy people are pre-ill. So Tapas, could you explain what does it mean? What does this part of the sentence mean? Apparently means?
Sir, mostly healthy people. Apparently
No. Apparently means who appear to be. Okay?
Okay.
Majority of the people, healthy people who appear to be healthy actually are pre-ill. What a nice phrase. Pre-ill matlab?
Sir, agro hi tanko deha kharab hochi kintu tanko jana nahi.
Right. So pre-ill refers to semane already tanko deha kharab helani. Illness ta tankara au kichh din bhitere start hobo, but right now they don't know. Everybody clear? Understands the first passage?
Yes,
So
sir.
Okay. So now let us go further to the second para. Second para, I want Puspalata explain. But
What are these conditions inevitably degenerative?
question mark achi. So, but are these conditions inevitably degenerative? What do you mean by inevitably?
Essential.
Inevitably means sure, unavoidably. पक्का. So क्या ये सारी चीजें sure, unavoidably degenerative ही हैं? Continue.
A truly preventive medicine that focused on the pre-ill, analyzing the metabolic errors which lead to clinical illness, might be able to correct them before the first symptom. Genetic risk factors are known for all the chronic gene degenerative disease and are important to the individuals who possess them. causes them.
Just a moment. There is one of your classmates who hasn't joined. Second, please. So I'm explaining the meaning of the paragraph here. Preventive medicine. I hope you can understand what is it meant by preventive medicine, right?
Cure medicine.
That prevents disease before happening. Okay. For example, you take a lot of vitamin C and vitamin zinc. As soon as you have a sore throat, SORETHROAT, vitamin C or zinc start. What will be the benefit? You will not catch cold. Okay? So this is a preventive medicine. So a truly preventive medicine that focused on pre-ill, analyzing the metabolic errors. What do you mean by metabolic? The regular functioning of the body at cell level or cellular level. Whatever, your body every day keeps on creating things, it keeps on destroying things. Your body produces fat, it also breaks fat. Your body stores carbohydrate, okay? And it also uses carbohydrate, burns carbohydrate. If there is an error in that means your body is not able to burn, then automatically you have a metabolic error. Aji 5টা মিঠা খাইদেলা বেଳକୁ ডায়াবেটিস ହେଇ ଯାଉଛି ଛୋଟ ବେଳେ ତ 10ଟା ରସଗୋଲା ଖାଇ ଦଉଥିଲ କାହିଁ ଖାଇ ପାରୁଥିଲ because at that point of time amount of hormone secreted by your body was much different. Today we have a metabolic error which lead to clinical illness. So jadi hame, if we create a preventive medicine that focuses on pre-ill and might be able to correct them before the first symptom, we can do that. Genetic risk factors are known for all the chronic degenerative diseases. This means if there is any chronic degenerative disease, there must be a genetic risk factor for it. That means diabetes runs through families, cancer runs through families. So if anybody in your family had diabetes, it's a warning sign. If anybody in your family had allergy, it's a warning sign. And it is important to the individuals who possess them. Possess what? Possess these genetic risk factor. So if you carry a genes of your parents or grandparents, then you already have that risk कि आपको होने के chances ज्यादा हैं. समझे everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Why are you not responding, everyone? Do you all understand?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, paragraph 3. Can you please to paragraph 3, Mamta?
At the population level, however, migration studies confirm that these illnesses are linked for the most part to lifestyle factors, exercise, smoking, and nutrition. Nutrition is the easiest of these to change and the most versatile tool for affecting the metabolic changes needed to tilt the balance away from disease.
What is paragraph? What does it mean?
It's
What does it mean by migration? Migration means moving from one place to another. Like birds migrate. Okay. Just to give an example. Do you know that people used to die of diabetes before? No.
Yes.
No, sir.
This is moreover a modern disease. But where did it come from? It came with a Western lifestyle. Got it? People have anxiety issues. This came from a Western lifestyle. So at a population level, when you are trying to study a big population, if you study the migration of what? Migration of a disease, you will confirm that these illnesses are linked to most part to the lifestyle factors. There are lifestyle reasons. Factor means reasons for which these diseases may happen. And what are they? 1, exercise. 2, smoking. 3, nutrition. People have exercise problems, so disease there. Smoking is the reason behind disease. Lack of nutrition is the reason behind the disease. And the author says, nutrition is the easiest of these to change and the most versatile too. What do you mean by versatile?
Effective.
One thing to do many things. That's called versatility. So when one thing is able to do many things, so versatile tool means if you only change the nutrition, you can bring many changes affecting metabolism. Understood? Needed to tilt the balance away from the disease. What do you mean by tilt? Tilt matlab dhali jiva. So tilt away, that means move away. What? The balance from a disease. That means if I only change my nutrition, I can bring the many metabolic changes in my body and I will be away, moving away from a disease. Understood, everybody?
Yes, sir. Sir,
Hmm.
sir, exercise can be illness fine.
So here he means lack of exercise, not exercise. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So he's saying that problems in exercise, problems in smoking, and problems in nutrition. But he says now people cannot start doing exercise suddenly. If somebody is addicted with smoking, he will definitely not quit smoking in a day, will he?
Yes, sir.
But nutrition is something which anybody can change, and it is one of the
Yes.
most versatile tools.
Tool.
Oh,
Okay, sir.
So now let us proceed to the next one. Prachita, unmute.
Yes, sir.
Many national surveys, continue.
Many national services reveal that mal-
Malnutrition,
malnutrition is common in developed countries. This is not the calorie and or micronutrient deficiency associated with developing nation. Type A malnutrition, but multiply micronutrient depletion usually combined with calorific balance of excess. Type B malnutrition. Sir, repeat sir this pronunciation.
malnutrition, malnutrition.
Yes, sir.
So
Malnutrition.
can you explain what does it mean?
So means malnutrition means what?
Okay, let us understand this term. There are two terms. One is undernutrition.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and there is malnutrition. Undernutrition means you provide less of a nutrient than is required for the body. Now, many families who are not able to earn money well, their children do not get protein. When they don't consume protein, then what happens? Their growth is stunted. They don't become tall. They don't become healthy. This is called undernutrition. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But what is malnutrition? Taku ame kohu apaprushti. Means instead of taking a nutrient, you take something which is not nutritious. Now, I see this has probably become a trend in Bhubaneswar. Many people are living in Bhubaneswar and they eat a lot of gupchup. They end their day with gupchup. They'll be eating gupchup for 30 rupees and 40 rupees like that. When I asked some of them, they said, sir, we are not able to earn that much of money with which we can buy a dinner. So we are consuming gupchup to fill our tummy. So your tummy is now full, but does it contain nutrients?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So this is a case of malnutrition. Got it?
Okay,
Yes,
sir.
Previously, people had a thought that it is only the underdeveloped, poor countries, they only have malnutrition. But now we find that malnutrition is also common in developed countries, like in the USA, like in the UK. There also people have malnutrition. But it is not calorie or micronutrient deficiency. Calorie means carbohydrates, okay, which gives us energy. So if you don't get rice, ତମ ପାଖରେ ଭାତ ବି ନଥିବ, ଗହମ ବି ନଥିବ, then you have caloric deficiency. What is micronutrient deficiency? Nutrient is anything that nourishes your body. There are two types: macro, M-A-C-R-O, nutrient; micro, M-I-C-R-O, nutrient. Macronutrient is a nutrient which you require in huge quantity. For example, you need to take minimum 75 grams of rice, carbohydrate. You need to take 50 to 60 grams of protein. So these are macronutrient. But if I give you 50 grams of vitamin A, you will die of toxicity because you require vitamin A in a very less quantity. That is called micronutrient. So micronutrient deficiency is found, vitamin deficiency is found in underdeveloped or developing countries. But in developed countries, it is not a calorie deficiency or micronutrient deficiency as found associated in developing nations like type A malnutrition. So when your nutrition does not have calorie, it doesn't have micronutrient, we have a medical name for it called as type A malnutrition. Then what type of problems developed countries have? They have multiple micronutrient depletion. Multiple micronutrient depletion. They lose micronutrients in a multiple manner. To give an example, what is the common food in the USA once they return home? America रे लोक माने कौन खाती संध्या बेले?
Burger, pizza.
Most of them eat burger or a pizza. Got it? TV dinner. TV dinner रे कौन थी? से KFC French fries थी वो, कोई chicken paste थी वो, fried chicken थी वो. See, this is micronutrient depletion. The food that they will be consuming, it will be microwaved, heavily fried. It will have a lot of fat. It will have a lot of carbohydrate, but it will not contain vitamins. It will not contain other micronutrients. So in their body, the level of micronutrients, many micronutrients, will continuously go down. Usually combined with calorific balance or calorific excess. गोटे सैंडविच खाइबो से सैंडविच भितरे जदि तमे 50 ग्राम मेयोनीज पके देछ, you are consuming too much of calorie.
Oil.
I hope you understand, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So this type of nutrition is called, malnutrition is called as type
Type B malnutrition.
B malnutrition. So I hope by now you have understood this part of the message, right?
Yes, sir.
Now let us go further. So now Tapas again continue. The
Okay, sir.
incidence,
The incidence and severity of type B malnutrition will be
severity.
severity of type B malnutrition will be
Sorry, read. The incidence and severity. Incidence matlab ghatna, hona. Severity means how severe something is.
Yes, sir.
Seriousness. So the happening
seriousness
and the seriousness of
type B malnutrition
will be
shown to be worse if newer micronutrient groups such as the essential fatty acids, xanthophyll, flavonoids are included in the survey.
included. Essential fatty acids. For example, there are some fatty acids which the body anyway requires. Omega-3 fatty acid. Have you heard this?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Nowadays, because of many advertisers, you get to know about them, right? Omega-3 fatty acids. Almonds are rich in omega-3 fatty acids. Capsules are available with omega-3 fatty acids. Primrose oil, cod liver oil, blah.
Yes, sir.
Xanthophyll. Where do you get? Xanthophyll means the coloring pigment in the plant. Like कखारु फुलर हलदिया रंग ओके कोनसी गोटे फुलर रंग रोज र पेटल र कलर this is a very essential micronutrient. Okay, how many people consume pumpkin flowers? They don't. Flavonoid. Flavonoid again is a type of essential micronutrient that has a flavor. If we include these small things which we get from variety of sources, if we include them in the survey, we will find that the condition is even worse. People don't consume these things. People used to previously consume variety of vegetable, greens, seasonal fruits खाउतले, seasonal vegetable खाउतले, but ए सब जाक वर्तमान food रे नहीं. Everybody understands?
Yes, sir.
Continue.
Commonly ingested levels of these micronutrients seem to be far too low in many developed countries.
So in developed countries, many developed countries, the commonly ingested, matlab taken in levels of these micronutrients seem to be far too low. There is now, समझते थे chicken पकौड़ा खाइबे और कहीं की कौन खाइबे नहीं कि? Okay, continue. There is now
considerable evidence that type B malnutrition is a major cause of chronic degenerative diseases.
So if people have chronic degenerative diseases, the reason behind them, one of the major reasons behind them is what? Deficiency, type B malnutrition. Okay. Yeah. So now what people do? They do not consume micronutrients in their day-to-day life. When the disease starts, they begin nutraceuticals. Take Nutrilife for capsules खाइबे, take Amvero capsules खाइबे, empty करके they start consuming these micronutrients. Okay. Let's go.
If this is the case, then it is logical to treat such diseases not with drugs, but with multiple micronutrients.
If that is the case, then if you want to treat such a disease, you don't really have to give her drugs. Now we have many drugs for heart, drugs for brain, drugs for kidney, everything. But the author is saying that treat these diseases not with drugs, but with multiple micronutrient repletion, otherwise known as pharmaconutrition. Do you understand what is pharmaconutrition? Make a guess.
Something medicine, like pharma means medicine.
Medicine.
In the form of medicines, right? Multivitamin capsules, revital, etc., etc. Repletion means
Less.
kind of भरपाई करना, compensate the loss. So compensate the loss of micronutrients with the help of pharmaconutrition. This can
This can take the form of pills and capsules, nutraceuticals,
nutraceuticals. Like previously we used to use the term pharmaceuticals. Now you have nutraceuticals.
Or food formats known as functional foods.
What do you mean by functional food? Nowadays, they're pretty much available everywhere, right? You go to the gym owner instructor will ask you, what do you want to do? You want to lose weight? You want to gain muscles? You want to do this? You want to do that? You want to improve your skin? So he will suggest a kind of food for everything. So that a powder ta khaile denga hejibo, a powder ta khaile muscles grow karibo, a powder ta khaile whatever. Yes or no?
Yes,
So
sir.
Yes, sir.
functional foods or food formats. Continue.
This approach has been neglected.
Hitherto means before this.
Hitherto because it is relatively unprofitable for drug companies.
The products are hard to patent.
And it is a strategy which does not fit easily with modern medical intervention.
Interventionism. He says, okay, if this can be a solution that we provide micronutrients in the form of nutraceuticals, and through that we are able to cure any chronic degenerative disease, तो पहले क्यों नहीं होता था? This approach has been neglected hitherto. इससे पहले इसको neglect किया जा रहा था. क्यों? Because it is relatively unprofitable for the drug companies. वर्तमान तुमको जने डॉक्टर कहबो तमे विटामिन गुडाक खाओ तुमको एई रोगटा हबनी तुमे तो विटामिन किनी की खाइ दबो रोग हबनी तो तार से जो एक्सपेंसिव एंटीबायोटिक गुडाक केमती बिक्री हो बुझिला तो it is unprofitable for the drug companies. Second, the products are hard to patent. What do you mean by patent? What is patent? Patent is a type of protection against copying. It's an intellectual property protection or IP protection mechanism. IP matlab intellectual property. Look at this. You know, whenever any drug manufacturing company makes a drug, they spend a lot of money. Many scientists engage for hours and hours to create a medicine. They want to make a profit out of it. And in order to make this profit, what do? They first patent it so that no other company would have the rights to sell it, rights to make a copy of it. But in case of nutraceuticals, what is the patent? Do you understand? Vitamin B ru 10 microgram niyo, C ru 10 microgram niyo. Is it something which can be patented? Can you say that this is an original research? It's an original invention? Can you do that?
No, sir.
समझते बुझी पाচ্ছ কি বুঝু না
Sir, বুঝিয়ে লানি।
Yes.
अच्छा पेटेंट मैकेनिज्म को बुझिबा पई किछटा एग्जांपल नेले भल से बुझी
Okay, sir.
okay for example there is an antibiotic can you give a name of an antibiotic कोन antibiotic खाइनो कि केबे ना कोन azithromycin is an antibiotic
Yes,
there
sir.
must have been a company who has designed the molecule बुझिला
Yes, sir.
जो कंपनी ताको तयारी कला से घंटा घंटा रिसर्च करके से जिंसटी को तयारी कला तापरे से कौन करिवो जदि तार मॉलिक्यूल टाको अन्य केही कॉपी करके मार्केट रे बिकी देला ये जो मिलियंस ऑफ डॉलर स्पेंड करिथिबो गोटे मॉलिक्यूल टाको डिजाइन करिबा पई से ताको रिकवर करि परिबो की
No, sir.
so what is an intellectual property an intellectual property could be a design could be an invention could be anything under the sun which can be converted with into a financial value commercial value so a intellectual property को protect करिबा पई companies file a patent means they say before the authorities government that this is my invention ये मेरा उद्भावन है और मेरे परमिशन के बिना कोई इसे कॉपी नहीं कर पाएगा कोई सेल नहीं कर पाएगा इससे प्रॉफिट नहीं ले पाएगा मैं ही एक्सक्लूसिव उसका प्रॉफिट लूंगा इसे हम कहते हैं पेटेंट अंडरस्टैंड
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
but nutraceuticals are hard to patent तुम्हें गोटे मल्टीविटामिन टैबलेट नब से कौन थाए विटामिन ए विटामिन बी विटामिन सी विटामिन डी ई राइट ए भले तो थाए
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ओरिजिनल किछि इन्वेंशन अछि जोटा कि पेटेंट करि परिबो तमे कहबो कि नाही मोर ए जो इन्वेंशन टा एटा ही मोर रिसर्च तमे करि परिबो
No, sir.
बुझिला
Yes, sir.
समझते कई किछि आंसर न कले आई फील डिसइंटरेस्टेड
No,
Yes,
we
sir.
do understand.
I
ओके
understand.
good बुझिबा दरकार आई एम ट्राइंग टू मेक यू रियलाइज अंडरस्टैंड द पैसेज 100% and it is a strategy which does not easily sit with modern medical interventionism now here you use the word strategy matlab it's a long plan what long plan are you talking about the long plan of providing nutraceuticals to the body to cure a pre-ill condition this does not sit easily matlab does not fit with modern medical interventionism what do you mean by interventionism comes out of the root word intervene which means interfere
Okay.
आज समय रे कैटरेक्ट हेले कौन करिवो अरे मोतिया बिंद हेले कौन करिवो डॉक्टर कौन कहबे
आखि ऑपरेशन करबो.
पर दिन आसंतु मु लेंस टा चेंज कर देबी यस और नो
Yes.
but they do not talk about how can you prevent a disease got it modern
sir.
medicine believes in intervention means interfering with the body एटा असुविधा होची काटी के फोपाड़ दियो एटा आछि सर्जरी कर दियो एटा होची ए मेडिसिन टा देके ताको कर दियो फॉर एग्जांपल योर blood vessels are narrowed you open them you widen them your coronary artery is blocked you put a stent there balloon there you bypass the surgery so these are all modern medical interventionism but pharmaconutrition is it a curing strategy or a preventive strategy
It is a preventive strategy.
Preventive strategy.
Preventive, sir.
that it does not match with the modern medical practice understood till now
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
over the last 100 years the drug industry has invested huge sums in developing a range of subtle and powerful drugs to treat many diseases we are subjected to. What do you mean by subtle? Subtle means in a very less quantity. Have you ever seen the amount of medicine present in today's tablet? Suppose you have a heart attack, you consume something, it would be like 5 milligrams. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So a 5 milligram medicine is able to cure your body. It is so subtle, so small, but so powerful. I hope you understand. And
Yes, sir.
drug industry has invested huge sums in developing such powerful drugs. Medical training is couched. What do you mean by couched? Couch means couch mane sofa set, gaddi, divan, jaapre lokmane suanti. Hela? So medical practice is couched in pharmaceutical terms, and this approach has provided for us an exceptional range of therapeutic tools for the treatment of disease in acute medical emergencies. ठीक है बुझिबा कौन से क्वेश्चन today if you go to any doctor previously no okay have anyone has ever gone to any homeopathic doctor and an allopathic doctor? What's the difference in the approach? Come on, difference कौन था?
Allopathy respond quickly, and whereas homeopathic
That is the
respond very
effect.
slow.
That's the effect. But I'm talking about the diagnosis of the doctor. What do the doctors do? A homeopathic doctor will open a copy. He will ask you 50 questions. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
पट्टा
sir.
खाओ कि नहीं केबे गाधा केते बेले उठ आगुरु केबे हेतिला बापा मांकर थिला कि नहीं you'd be asking why these stupid questions because they are undergoing a process of diagnosis. Understood? But
Yes,
an
sir.
allopathic doctor, what he will do? Kon heichi, na sir thonda heichi. Okay, take one tablet of azithromycin every day. Take this Cinerest, blah blah blah. Karike 3-4 medicine lekhe debe, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Being
Yes,
said
sir.
thing here that modern medical training is couched in pharmaceutical terms. ଆଜିର ସମୟରେ treatment କହିଲେ ବୁଝା ଯାଉଛି ଖାଲି medicine, and this approach is good. ସେ ତ ଖରାପ ବୋଲି କହୁନାହାନ୍ତି because it has given us a range of therapeutic tools. We have almost a tablet for everything. ଝାଡା ହଉନି tablet, ଝାଡା ଜୋରରେ ହଉଛି ତା ପାଇଁ tablet, right? ବାନ୍ତି ହଉନି tablet, ବାନ୍ତି କରିବା ପାଇଁ tablet. You have almost a tablet for everything, including acute medical emergencies. Clear?
Yes, sir.
However,
Yes, sir.
pharmaceutical model has also created an unhealthy dependency culture. What do you mean by that? People now depend on medicines. Correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
ତା ମାନେ ମୁଁ ଗୋଟେ pantoprazole ଖାଇବି ତାପରେ ମେଞ୍ଚେ ପାସ୍ତା ଖାଇବି ଆଉ ହଜମ ନହେଲେ ଜେଲସିଲ୍ ଟିକେ ପିଇଦେବି ବୁଝିଲ?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Am I wrong?
No,
ଲୋକ
sir.
ଯାଆନ୍ତି ନା ସନ୍ଧ୍ୟାବେଳେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଗୋଟେ ବଡ ଭୋଜି ଥିବ ଆରେ ଆଜି ମେଞ୍ଚେ ଖାଇବାର ଅଛି ଗୋଟେ ରାଣ୍ଡି ଖାଇଦେଇକି ପଳେଇବା ଜାଣିଛନ୍ତି ଗ୍ୟାସ୍ ହବ see you are
Yes.
creating an unhealthy dependency culture on medicines in which relatively few of us accept any responsibility for maintaining our own health. What do they know? अरे पेन हेले गोटे टैबलेट खाइदवा बांती हेले आ गोटे खाइदवा गैस हेले आ गोटे खाइदवा. We do not take any responsibility for maintaining a good health. Understood?
Yes,
Instead,
sir.
handed over this responsibility to health professionals who know a very little about health maintenance and disease prevention. So he's saying that ebe ame ei responsibility ta nijo pakhre to rakhinu kahaku deichu emti lokomanku dei deichu jo mane health bisare kichi jananteni au disease prevention bisare jananteni emane apanku kouthi milibe kahibi
Okay.
salon re paibe gym re paibe park re paibe बुझि परले?
Empty, sir.
Do you want to lose weight? Ask me how. बुझिला?
Yes,
salon
sir.
salon रे अपन जे हेयर काटुथुव ना बार्बर से कहो सर
Sir.
इनटा ग्लो करूनी हां
Sir.
आपण कोन करंतु एटा को खांतु एटा को खाइले आपनकर हेयर रीग्रो करिव. Do they are they proper health professionals to counsel you? कि
No, sir.
कॉलरा हाँ कॉलरा गोटे जूस गोटे ग्लास पी दियंतु डायबिटीज लो ही जीवो. Who knows? You may have a toxicity. You may have an allergic reaction. Many people have allergic reaction to alkaloids. तमे पीते दबो तापरे anaphylactic shock हेजिबे. So people don't understand, and ए मानंग हातरे लोक, and who else, लोकन को ठंडा हेले कहा पाखरे जाई कि पहुंचंदी डॉक्टर पाखरे. लोकन को ठंडा हेले कहा पाखरे डॉक्टर को जानती.
ना
They reach to OTC medicines. OTC means over the counter. से जो पिलाटा मैट्रिक पढ़थिबो कि नहीं, प्लस 2 पढ़थिबो कि नहीं, गोटे फेक फार्मेसी डिग्री धरकी गोटे दुकान रे बसथिबो, ता पाखरे जाई कि पहुंची कहबे सर मोर टिके ठंडा जर होइची कोन टिके देबे, राइट.
yes sir yes sir
परिबो दे देबो. ओके, आ से बहुत एक्सपर्ट भलिया कहबो दीटा टैबलेट नेकी जाओ ना देखियो भलो होइची. He doesn't understand कि दी पांचटा जगह दीटा टैबलेट खाइले people have antibiotic resistance. He doesn't understand कि गोटे थेरापी टा दिया आपण आरंभ करूचंती ताकू सारीबा भी दरकार. So there are many problems with the pharmaceuticals. One problem for the supporters of this argument is the lack of the right kind of hard evidence. बर्तमान से आउ गोटे पॉइंट कहउचंती कि किछि जना सपोर्ट करंती किंतु से माने pharmaceutical को एथिपाई सपोर्ट करंती because we don't have the right kind of evidence for nutraceuticals. We have a wealth of epidemiological data. Epidemiological data matlab epidemiology, the study of cause of disease. The study of cause of disease. Epidemic through epidemiology. Why this is happening throughout. For example, corona. Corona was an epidemic. So epidemiological data हम बखरे बहुत अच्छे. That dietary factor to health profile and a great deal of information on the mechanism. हम बखरे जथेष्ट डेटा अच्छी. How food factors interact with biochemistry. गोटे प्रकार रो फूड खाइले हमरो बायोकेमिस्ट्री केमिति अफेक्टेड वे ताकू नै कि मध्य डेटा अच्छी. But almost all with notable exception of omega-3 fatty acids have conflicting or negative results. जेमती लोक माने आज समय मल्टीविटामिन खाइबा पई एडवाइस करछन्ती. Do you know that there have been studies कि मल्टीविटामिन बेसी खाइले तुम्हारा कैंसर होबार चांसेस भी बढ़ी जाए. Except omega-3 fatty acid आउ किछिटा को छाड़ देले अधिकांश न्यूट्रास्यूटिकल रे किछि रिजल्ट मिलेनी नहेले गोटे नेगेटिव रिजल्ट मिले. In other words, science appears to have no predictive value. तमने तमे न्यूट्रास्यूटिकल खुए कि गोटे डिजीज टाको अटकै परिबनी. Does that invalidate the science? तमने कोन ए जो साइंटिफिक रिसर्च रो किछि वैलिडिटी नहीं? Is it fruitless or are we simply asking the wrong question? कि हमें भूल क्वेश्चन पचरुछे. Based on pharmaceutical thinking, most intervention studies have attempted to measure the impact of single micronutrient on the incidence of a disease. सेमाने देखंती कि विटामिन ए खाइले कोन हुए, विटामिन बी तमे पिला बेले घोसी ना स्कूल रे, विटामिन बी फॉर बेरी, विटामिन ए फॉर नाइट ब्लाइंडेडनेस. Impact of a single micronutrient on the incidence of a disease. Classical approach says that if you give a compound formula to test the subjects and obtain positive result, you cannot know which ingredient is exerting benefit. अब तुम्हें जिते बड़े गोटे मल्टीविटामिन टैबलेट खाउछ सेथरे विटामिन ए अछि, बी अछि, सी अछि, जिंक अछि, डी अछि, व्हाटएवर इज देयर. ते सब जाक भितरु किए एक्चुअली तम डिजीज टाको भलो कला, यू कांट रियली नो. यू मस्ट द ईच इंग्रेडिएंट इंडिविजुअली तमे गोटे गोटे को देकी टेस्ट करिवो. बट इन द फील्ड ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन इट डजंट वर्क. तमे कहबो मु केवल विटामिन बी किछ दिन खाइबी देखिबी मोर एलर्जी भलो होची कि नाही, विटामिन सी किछ दिन खाइबी देखिबी मोर आजमा भलो होची कि नाही. बट न्यूट्रिशन फील्ड रे इटा काम करिवनी बिकॉज तुमे सिना विटामिन सी टा खाई एट खाउचो, विटामिन ए बी बंद कर देइछो, बट तुमे तले बाहर जाई कि किछ भी खाइ देलो, विल यू नॉट रियली कंज्यूम दैट. ओके, तो सेथि पई तुमे देखियो आज समय जो न्यूट्रास्यूटिकल कंपनी से माने लोकमान को स्ट्रिक्ट डाइट रे रखुचंदी कि आपण आम बिस्कुट टा खाइबे, आम चा टा पीबे. I hope you know that, right? जो माने सब weight loss program को जाउचंदी, keto diet and all, right?
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
Because you can acquire from other sources also. Each intervention on its own will hardly make enough difference to be measured. The best therapeutic response must therefore combine micronutrients to normalize internal physiology. आमे micronutrient को एमिति combine करिबा कि हमर जो physiology अछि सेटा balance हबो. कहा देहरे अधिका vitamin A disease करि पारे, कहा देहरे अधिका vitamin D problem करि पारे. That means we need to analyze each individual's nutritional status. हमको analyze करियो पड़िबो प्रत्येक individual रो status कौन से कौन खाए केमती बंचे, and then we have to tailor a formula. Tailor माने tailor कौन करे आपनकर body size हिसाब रे tailor कौन करे आपनकर body रो size हिसाब रे dress तैयारी करे. तो आपनकर body को जहाँ 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 nutrient दरकार सही हिसाब रे हमको गोटे nutrition mechanism ते design करिया को पड़िबो. Okay. While we do not have resources to analyze millions of individual cases, there is no need to do so. अब जदि एमिति करा जीवो ताहले कोन होबो गोटे दुकान खोला जीवो सेठी कोन करिबो आपन गोटे टेस्ट देबे से टेस्ट देला परे से कहबो कि देखंतु आपन को पई जो मल्टीविटामिन ता मु तयारी करबी सेथरे 5 मिलीग्राम विटामिन ए नेबी 2 मिलीग्राम विटामिन बी नेबी एमिति तयारी करबी. Can it be done? Can it be really done?
No, sir.
And is there any need? He says no need, because the vast majority of the people are consuming suboptimal doses of the micronutrients. जेति कि आज आपण टिके केयरफुली भाबंतु आपण कोन कोन खाइछन आपण देखिबे कि आपणकर डाइट रे माइक्रोन्यूट्रिएंट बहुत कम थिबो. तो जेतेबेले अधिकांश लोक कम ही खाउचंती किछि सेमती गोटे स्पेशल प्रोग्राम स्पेशल रिसर्च करिकि स्पेशल माइक्रोन्यूट्रिएंट डिजाइन करिबा दरकार नै. Everybody understood?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
To see the share screen?
Yes, sir.
Screen दिसुची?
Yes, sir.
पहले पढ़ी दियंतु एंड जाए. Be louder. So end पर्यंत किछि डाउट रहिला? Any other doubt?
No.
No. So a प्रकार reading को intensive reading कहा जाए, where you seriously get into a passage and spend around half an hour to 1 hour to understand it thoroughly. This has its benefits. First, it broadens your outlook. It improves your vocabulary. It increases your comprehension ability. With the passage of time, your intensive reading will create a better reader within you. So please go through this recording later on. Other passages also, passage 1 and passage 2. This is for today. And please go through the vocabulary words that I have given you. All right?
Okay.
Thank you so much for attending the class today.
Okay,
Hope
sir.
the lesson was useful. Boring, Nandita?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, it was very interesting.
Okay.
Very interesting.